Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday, y'all. It's Wednesday, July 26th, 2023. And on behalf of Purpose Journey Counseling Reloaded, I want to welcome you this morning. Want to welcome you this morning. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm still sharing. I'm still sharing on Instagram. But I do want to welcome you this morning on behalf of Purpose Journey Counseling. My name is Dr. Natatu North, and I'm the owner and therapist of Purpose Journey Counseling, LLC, located in Cincinnati, Ohio. So again, we greet you on this morning. It's July 26th, 2023. It is 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it is early on Wednesday morning, and we are here. But whether you're catching us live at 7 a.m. or you catch us later in the day, later in the week, later in the month, or even later in the year, we want to welcome you. We want to say thank you so much for tuning in. But we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And in just 2 seconds, I will have the final post on Instagram. There we go. So we are also, we have the YouTube link for this broadcast posted on Instagram. So we do ask that you take just a few moments to please like this broadcast. Please follow us on your preferred social media platform. And also please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So we do ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Even if you don't watch us on YouTube, we would greatly appreciate you subscribing. So we do ask that you just take a few moments to do that. And let's also share this broadcast. Let's share this broadcast with other people. And let's also interact and engage in the comment section. On Wednesdays, we do our check-ins. I'll go ahead and say it now, because we've been doing it all summer. So we definitely want you to check in with us. So let's interact and engage in the comment section. And that's how we can do our check-in together. So before we get to our check-in, I do want to share 2 numbers that I share every time. But these numbers are very important. If you don't have these numbers stored in your phone, please make sure you do so. The first number is the number for the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. That number is 1-800-273-8255. Again, that's 1-800-273-8255. This number is 24/7. So please store this information to make sure you have it readily available if you ever need it or someone else may need it. And then also there's a number for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. That number is 988. Again, that's 988. This number is also 24/7. And you can text this number as well. So please make sure you have this number stored in your phone as well. Again, if ever you may need it or someone else may need it, it's good to have these resources and tools readily available. So thank you so much for just taking a few moments to do that. Again, this is our Wednesday check-in. It's our Wednesday check-in. So I'll go ahead and put that up there. So on Wednesdays, for those of you who may be your first time tuning in, thank you for joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We appreciate you tuning in. On Wednesdays, the months of June through August, we have our Wednesday check-in. And the purpose for this is just good to check in. It's good to know how you're doing, so you can actually know how you're doing. It's good for us to check in with each other so that we can, check in with each other and actually, make sure other people are doing okay. And just to be accountable to ourselves for making sure we know how we're doing. We're assessing things, and then also we're accountable to each other because we are our brother and our sister's keeper. Bible teaches us that. So making sure, again, it's accountability and just, checking in. So what we ask that you do, there's some different color hearts scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So what we ask you to do as you're checking in the comment section, just put what color heart. You don't have to put what you're going through. You don't have to put your situation, but we ask that you just check in with us. So we ask that you put a blue heart if you're doing great, a purple heart if you're in need of a little push today, a yellow heart if you're just kind of just okay, a red heart if you're struggling today, and a green heart if you're in crisis. So we're just kind of checking in again at 7 a.m. We're just checking in on how we're doing right now. These color hearts could change throughout the day. In the next 30 minutes, you might say, you know what, I was doing okay, but now somebody just sent me a good morning text and now I'm doing great. It might change, but we want to check in. So please just take just a moment to go ahead and put what color heart, as you're checking in this morning, where do you stand right now, as of right now? And then the next question, now you don't have to answer these questions in the comment section, but this is a part of our check-in. So I want you to start asking yourself. First question is, how are you? How are you doing right now? Honestly, don't sugarcoat it. Don't be vague, because you're really only answering this question to yourself. Again, like I said, you can put your color heart in the comment section of whatever platform you're watching us on, but you don't have to actually answer these questions in the comments section. This is just part of our check-in. How are you really doing? Like, how are you honestly at this present moment? How are you doing? This is a very complex question. It's a very common question that creates a lot of small talk, but a lot of times the small talk is based around stuff that's not even accurate, because a lot of times when people ask us this question, we don't even really give a real answer. And I say this all the time, we do it for different reasons. Sometimes we don't feel like people can handle what we're going to say. Sometimes we're not comfortable really answering the question. Sometimes it's actually not appropriate to say, maybe in the setting that you're in, it might not be appropriate to actually answer it in an honest and fully transparent way. But I want you to be transparent with yourself right now. How are you doing as you're getting ready to embark upon this day? Or maybe you work at night, maybe you're just getting off of work. How are you doing? How are you really doing, like internally? How are you doing? Even externally, do you feel any pains in your body? How are you doing right now? But be able to answer. This is our first question, answering yourself today, or answer this question for yourself today. How am I doing? How am I really, really doing right now? Let's answer that question this morning as we're checking in on this morning. So the next question is, what are you planning to accomplish today? This is a very pivotal question, because every day we should have things that we're planning to accomplish. Even if it's rest and relaxation, that's still an accomplishment. For many of us, that's a huge accomplishment, because we probably actually don't do it enough. So to say, today I'm going to rest, today I'm going to relax, today I'm just going to kick back, I'm off today, or something like that. Today's my off day, or I took off, I'm on vacation, something like that. It's very, very pivotal that we do that. It's very, very important. Very important to make sure that we have something that we plan to do, something that we plan to accomplish. It could be, I say this all the time too, it could be this checklist that you've been working on. It could be some things that you need to do for yourself. It could be something someone else has asked you to do, like, hey, when you get a moment, can you go do this for me, or you can't order me this, or something like that. And maybe we haven't gotten around to it, or maybe someone asked us to do something a long time ago and we forgot all about it. Maybe today is a good day to accomplish those things. But ask yourself, what do you plan to accomplish today? The next question is, how will you handle the stressors that may come your way today? This is a good question as well. Why? Because stress is inevitable. We can try to avoid stress all day long. However, stress is inevitable. We will have to deal with different levels, different types of stress all throughout our lives. It doesn't matter how old you are. Let's stop. I'm not going to go on a soapbox, but let's stop saying the kids don't have stress, because kids have stress that they have to deal with too. It just looks different, because our stress may look different, and some of our stressors could be very similar. But kids go through stress too. So even working with our kids, how are they going to handle stress that may come their way today? If they're in summer camp or something like that, and a child says something mean to them, that might stress them out. How are they going to handle it? Something may not go their way. That could be stressful for a lot of kids. We say have tantrums, but a lot of adults, we have tantrums too. Are we going to have a tantrum? Or how are we going to handle stressors? How are we going to handle the things that happen that don't happen the way we want them to happen? We need to have a plan. Yes, it's difficult to know exactly what you're going to say and what you're going to do in a situation that you're not planning for. You can't plan for everything. You don't know how everything's going to look or how everything's going to manifest. However, we need to know, or we need to be able to discuss or even plan ahead. Okay, but what am I going to do? As I encounter different stressors, how can I handle these things? And then the next question is, what is your motivation? What's pushing you today? What's going to be your oomph, to give you that extra drive? A lot of times we put that purple heart. What's you saying, I'm in need of a little push today? What could push you? Let's say you start off purple. What could be that push? What is your motivation? What's going to be your driving force today? What is going to be that thing or those things that you're focusing on today that are going to help you accomplish and do the things that you need to do? What is your motivation? today. Sometimes our motivation changes. Some days it's this thing and some days it's something totally different. But it's good to be able to identify on a daily basis what is that thing that's going to push us, because a lot of times we just need that extra push. Sometimes we're not always on 10. Sometimes we're more like 8, maybe 7, maybe even lower. But if let's say you're on 7 today, okay, how are you going to get to at least a 9? How are we going to get to where we need to be? And then our last question, the most important question, is how can we pray for you? I always say this as well. You do not have to put your prayer request in the comment section if you do not wish to. Our aim is not to know your business. Our aim is for you to know that we care about what you're going through. And we want, again, to just check in with you. We want to pray with and for you. So if you want to put your color heart in the comment section, I tell people all the time, you can put praying hands, or you could just put prayer please. You can DM us and tell us, in Messenger that you want us to pray for you or something like that. You can make a comment. You could just say, but however you want to handle that is fine. But we want you to know that we're praying for you. Even if you just want to put your name in the comment section, you can put someone else's name in the comment section. We'll speak your name as we're praying today. We're praying every day, but Wednesday, we especially want to make sure that you know that we are praying for you. We take these things very, very seriously. Again, being accountable to ourselves and to each other. It's important that we're checking in. So again, we're putting our color heart in the comment section. And as you're checking in with yourself, you don't have to write this in the comment section, but how are you doing? What are you planning to accomplish today? How will you handle the stressors that may come your way today? What is your motivation, and how can we pray for you? So as we're checking in, please let's answer those questions, at least to ourselves. Be honest with ourselves. And let's make sure that we're supporting each other, putting those different color hearts in the comment section. Let's make sure that we're doing what we need to do to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and we're taking care of each other. So we thank you for participating in that this morning. I want to go ahead and share this flyer again. For our podcast, our monthly podcast, hashtag from a Christian, hashtag from a therapist with Dr. Natatu, episode 13 and 14 will be Battle of the Sexes. It's going to be Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday and the Sunday after that. So we're having 2 Sundays in the month of August, Sunday, August the 6th, and Sunday, August the 13th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I cannot tell you how excited I am. We had to postpone this. Because there's just been a lot of bereavement going on. Actually, one of our panelists lost her mother. And then we had another friend who lost a grandmother, all within a couple of days of each other. So we just needed to take care of each other. But now we're going to be coming back together. And this is going to be very, very powerful, very, very pivotal. I am very much looking forward to this. I say this every time, can't say it enough, but I'm just saying. You definitely want to join us. You definitely want to be there. Again, I'm going to put this back on the screen again. So just be there. Just plan to be there. Just tune in. Tell other people about it. Men, women, teens. It'll be appropriate for all of us. Just in different ways, different stages of our lives. But let's just make sure that we plan to be present for that, because it's going to be a really, really good time. I'm speaking that I already know. It's going to be a great time. So thank you so much. So our tag for Purpose to Journey Counseling, every time we're together, I want to encourage you to be loving, to be kind, to be compassionate, and be intentional towards others as well as towards yourselves. Again, we thank you so much for tuning in on this Wednesday, Lord willing. We will see you next Wednesday for our Wednesday check-in, again live at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Plan to join us next week. It's just good, again, to just check in weekly, see how we're doing. You can check in at any time, but we specifically set aside Wednesdays to be able to do so. So we're definitely thankful for this platform and trying to use this platform to support each other, encourage each other, and empower one another. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Let's check in all day, and blessings and love to each and every one of you.